Guest or uninvite? I asked a friend to be a bridesmaid when we were on good terms and really close, but more recently I've become uncomfortable with our friendship and do not feel that it would be a good fit anymore.
Well, that won't be a totally awkward conversation.
Her behaviour has become incredibly erratic and inappropriate in private and in public, and makes myself and the rest of my bridesmaids and friends in general uncomfortable. It has gotten to the point where if I ask the other girls if they want to hang out, they now ask, is blank coming? Not good.
Not good at all.
I've started to spend less time with this person, but have not completely removed her from my life because she is my co-worker.
Awkward.
So when we spend time together, it is mostly related to work now. Behavior contexts. So we're going to hear some of her questionable...
He just said it.
Behavior. Excessive cursing. I curse, but she curses every other word, which is not exaggerating, and screams them in public so people stare. I can't believe that one's a new one, though.
Yeah, they can be new.
No, I'm sure she was always a cursor.
I have people in my life that do that.
I'm not taking that one into account. Sorry. Because I'm sure you care. Goes into excessive detail regarding her intimate life.
I have someone like that in my life.
Is it the same person?
Let's go on.
Positions, liquids.
Oh my goodness.
STD results.
Smells.
Over 10 men each week.
Well, that's more than the number of days in a week.
Very good, mathematician.
If my math is good.
In public again, screaming it while people stare. I don't think these things are new.
They can be. It feels very personality related.
Yeah. Says information to use against people later. I told her not to eat on the couch to avoid oil stains, and she responded,
"Oh, I know how to piss you off now.
I will just come here and destroy all your furniture. I'll cut it all up and ruin your house," then laughs it off.
What?
Okay, well, maybe she is joking.
Why? That's a weird thing to say, though.
It is. I don't think the extra thing would have, like, it would be normal that anyone would be annoyed if you came into their house, cut up all their furniture.
Oh, I know your weakness. You don't want your furniture destroyed.
Says the choices I've been making for the wedding are effing stupid and asks financial questions. Okay, that one I can see being annoying and being annoyed enough to not want to spend as much time with her if she kept saying that kind of thing.
Yeah, especially she's a bridesmaid.
I'll give her that one.
Yeah, the other one just seems like...
You didn't know who she was?
Yeah, she was a co-worker and you started hanging out with her. And now you're like, oh, that's who she is.
But you wouldn't just start hanging out with someone because you asked them to be your bridesmaid. I'm assuming you hang out with them, get to know them, then they're your bridesmaid because you like them.
You would think so.
You're going to tell me that she was holding back all of these bad personality traits because she was waiting for you to ask her to be your bridesmaid? That would seem crazy.
Maybe they were good, like, work friends. And maybe she was holding back at work.
But you don't ask even a good work friend to be a bridesmaid.
You don't know.
Well, okay, well, I would assume that you would at least hang out a little bit before asking someone to be your bridesmaid. That's a very personal event in your life. It's a big deal. I hear that people tend to think it's a big deal.
Well, I just think that some people have a lot more leniency on how close people need to be in their wedding.
Perhaps, and now she knows why you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, she's paying the price.
If that's the case.
Now you deal with it, you invite her, and you deal with it.
You get what you get and you don't get upset. I feel bad wanting to remove her because I'm the one who asked her to begin with.
Well, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. She didn't ask you if she could be your bridesmaid?
Seems that we're jumping on OP right now.
I know.
Let's finish the story.
But some people do have the audacity and the gall to ask people if they can be in their wedding party. I believe that.
Oh, for sure, but...
You still have to say yes. But she makes me anxious now, and I'm so afraid she is going to do something inappropriate at the altar, like talk during the ceremony for attention, or to intentionally ruin it. Is it better to ask her to be a guest, or is it better to just cut off the friendship? But she will still be my co-worker.
Awkward.
So not sure how to fully cut ties when we have meetings.
You can.
I think that is a weird problem to be focusing on. Like, what do I do during the meetings? If you sincerely believe that someone might ruin your wedding, the whole meetings thing, yes, I see it being awkward, but you don't keep someone in your wedding that you think might ruin it because of that.
Yeah, it's gonna be awkward no matter what. Unless she comes to the wedding and does nothing. If she ruins your wedding, the meeting's gonna be awkward. If you don't invite her, the meeting's gonna be awkward. But I have a little hint that you might be the reasonable one. So if she's not reasonable at work, she might be the one that gets in trouble. So it might not be awkward for so long.
Yeah. And I guess if, let's say, it does come down to those two choices, do you prefer ruined wedding or do you prefer awkward meetings? I just don't really know what happened to her. She's an entirely different person now from when I asked her.
Now, like I said, is she the same person at work even now? Or you knew her at work and you were such good friend at work that you asked her to be on your wedding party?
Sorry, you were such good friends at work that you never hung out outside of work.
Well, yeah, because there was no reason. Now she's on the wedding party, so they have to plan that thing.
That's weird. Update.
Ooh.
Let's go to the initial comments to see what people had to say. Have you talked to her about how her behavior is affecting everyone? Oh, there's a thought.
I didn't think about that one.
No, I only told her how I was feeling. I didn't want to hurt her feelings, and I didn't know how to bring that up. But you're considering throwing her out of the wedding party, but you're too scared to let her know that she seems different? Like, that's the thing. It's all how you bring it up. You could say, is everything okay? I feel like you're a little different recently. Normally, I don't see you screaming things that are inappropriate. If you haven't at least had one conversation, like a real conversation about what's going on, then I think you're a bit of a crappy friend.
Yeah, well, not really a friend.
Somebody said it's time to hurt her feelings. What did you say? What did you say you were feeling? Uncomfortable? Awkward? Or did you say, I'm feeling it was a mistake for me to ask you to be part of the wedding? Big differences there. Which honest feeling did you relate to her? Opie responds, I told her that I felt like my boundaries were being violated, and she told me I was projecting and being defensive, then stopped talking to me for a week. But I did not talk to her about the bridesmaid issue, as I was hoping for some advice on here on what was appropriate or how others have handled similar scenarios. I do think an initial, what's going on though? Like, you don't seem yourself.
If you actually care for that person, I feel like a conversation on how she's feeling. Though it's her wedding, so she shouldn't have to care about that.
That's true, it's her year. Update, I found a new psychiatrist, Rex, for her, and I'm going to have a discussion with her regarding the wedding.
A psychiatrist, Rex? What?
Okay. She's found a few psychiatrist recommendations.
Ah, okay. I thought like a dinosaur. The psychiatrist Rex.
Because somebody did say, maybe if it is relatively sudden, suggest a doctor. And somebody else said, it sounds like she's having a mental health crisis. I feel like approaching someone, though, for the first time, saying...
With the psychiatrist.
Yeah, like...
I don't know what's going on. I have psychiatrist recommendations for you.
Is maybe not going to go over well. And I'm going to have a discussion with her regarding the wedding. I really appreciate everyone's input. I think the right thing for her is to get some assistance that she has to commit to on her own. I'm also going to end the friendship because I do not think after telling her this, good things will come. There will most likely be retaliation towards me, my friends, and my employment. I will update you all later. We do have another update. Update part 2.
That means hello in French.
Well, I spoke with her today and she lost it. She kept calling me, cussing me out, hanging up, and repeating.
She kept calling you? You really like calling?
On the phone.
Okay.
Cussing me out, hanging up, and repeating. I stopped answering after the third time. I straight up asked her if she'd been diagnosed with something in the past. She said no. I then asked her if she would see a psychiatrist or wanted help finding one based on what myself and others have been noticing. She lost it there and she said I was projecting and I was defensive, which neither made sense to me, and that I am discriminating against her and that the other girls put me up to this and said I just wanted a specific number of bridesmaids. Not the case. Removing her actually causes fewer bridesmaids and makes it uneven, but to me I don't care if it's uneven. I just want people I care about there. I tried to explain more and she began screaming and talking over me, snatching belongings, so I dipped, and that's when she started calling again and again and cussing me out. I'm not sure where to go from here. I'm pretty certain she will just go talk about me to her other friends, which is fine. She can vent, but I will not be unblocking. I think there is only so much I can do before she needs to do something for herself. She also told me not to contact her friends, who I became friends with after her intro, because they are hers and they cannot be friends with me because she found them first. We are 35 years old. If it stops her from contacting me, so be it. I was trying to be patient, but God, she was so scary today, making all sorts of weird comments. I think the work thing will be an issue. I would actually talk to, I don't know what the situation is, where they work, whatever, but a manager, HR, something. Get in there and saying there's been like some, I wouldn't necessarily go into all the details, but to say that, you know, there's been some problems and I'm just letting you know that I don't want to bring them to work. I don't know what she might do.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing.
Okay, so I would say in the beginning, we were a little bit, I was a little bit judgmental of OP, thinking that how could somebody change that quickly, or weren't they always like that? But I could see that things can happen and people can have different things going on and maybe they're not behaving like they used to. But I still maintain you should have an initial conversation, but I wouldn't bring up the psychiatrist and all that at that initial conversation. I would say I love you, I care about you, what's going on? So given all the circumstances, I think yes, uninvite, of course.
Yeah, I think you should hire a security guard. Share, subscribe, like, and see you the next one.
Bye.